What is up, everyone? Clayton here, and today we're here with another Skyrim build. Today we're doing the Rune Master build. This build was suggested by It's Never Ogre, which is a pretty amazing YouTube name, if I do say so. So yeah, anyways, this was created by this person. This is a redguard build, and it has a little bit of backstory that he made up. So we'll go ahead and go through that real quick. So anyways, this is a redguard, male, female, whatever you guys want to choose, who was in Hammerfell and was a part of a rich family with many siblings. He or she enjoyed setting up traps for siblings and pranks and such, but as he grew older he found himself an interest in magic. So attempting at casting spells failed many times. He was horrible at conjuration, but exceeded in the uses of rune spells, being able to use runes effectively and take people out in silence. So wanting to learn more about magic, he ventured to Skyrim to the College of Winterhold, where he was caught crossing the border, and the events of Skyrim unfold. He has a lot more in his comment, and if I can get it fit on the screen here, I'll put it here, but if I can't, I'll leave a link to the description, or maybe I'll just put the comment in the description of the video. So yeah, this playstyle is kind of a mage who uses runes, but he also is kind of a sneaky character who sneaks around, places runes, and lays traps for people. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into the skills here. In the comment, he does have a list of all the skills, even the perk tree, if you want to click on that link as well. But I mix some stuff up too, because that's kind of what I do. People suggest builds, and I kind of put my own little twist on them a little bit. So hope you guys enjoy this anyways. So we got, for main skills, we got illusion, destruction, alteration, one hand, and sneak. And I probably should have said this earlier, but this build does heavy focus on DLC that you need to have. You need to have the Dragonborn DLC to kind of have the full advantage of this build. So if you do not have that, I apologize, but this build really does call for it. For example, we have Illusion, which will be using the Frenzy rune, which will make people attack each other. So you want to get as much as you can into Illusion to make it so that your Illusion magic, the Frenzy rune, works on higher level enemies. Destruction, you'll be using the Destruction runes. There's Lightning rune, Flame rune, and Frost rune. So you can either spec into Fire, Frost, or Lightning, whatever you want. He suggests Frost, and that's what I went with, just because there is a perk called Deep Freeze, which frost damage paralyzes targets if their health is low. This is really useful if you get their health low but doesn't quite kill them. That way they don't really mess you up if you do get caught. Then you have Alteration. There is an Ash rune that is part of the Dragonborn DLC, as well as the Frenzy rune, and you'll be using that as kind of your Paralyze. And you want to make sure you get Stability, so that way it has a greater duration. And One-Handed and Sneak. One-Handed, you'll be using a dagger, just like any other backstab sneaky character. And Sneak, you gotta be able to need that just to sneak around to place your runes. And you also want to get Assassin's Blade, which is 15 times backstab bonus. One thing I want to point out in Illusion real quick is that you need to get the quiet casting perks. Now, this allows all spells you cast from any school of magic to be silent to others. This is kind of what makes this build so amazing, is that you can place runes underneath people without them knowing. When the runes go off, they will actually search for you, but you won't get caught by just casting the rune. So anyways, here is kind of the playstyle, and he also has this in the comment as well. This freaking amazing comment, because it has pretty much everything. So the rune, the Frenzy rune, is kind of used as making all these group of enemies attack each other. So it's this big group of enemies, make sure to use that, and then kind of just watch them attack each other. You can place runes underneath of them while they fight if they get low enough, and that way you can just kill them all in one giant burst of damage. If some of them win and they come after you, like 2 or 3 people, put down an Ash rune. The Ash rune will paralyze them, and then you can put runes underneath of them. I believe that runes only cap to 1, because whenever I put more than 1, they kind of disappear. I'm not really sure if that was just with me or if that's actually in the game. But yeah, if you paralyze them, put a Frost rune or Fire rune underneath of them, when they wake up, they get hit by more, and then you can just kind of cast as many runes as you want. So it's really, really cool. And like he said, that you can use any rune for destruction as you want, fire, frost, or lightning, whatever you really choose. Frost might not be the best idea since a lot of Nords are in Skyrim, and they have a take reduced damage from frost magic. So for armors, like he says here, he would choose robes, like the hooded monk robes, which I use in this build, and you can enchant those if you want. Enchanting is not really a big part of this build, but you can get it on the side. And the weapon, I use Daedric dagger. That's what I'm trying to say. Daedric dagger, because it's a pretty strong dagger, and you don't really need to have like an extraordinary dagger. He says use Mage Rune's razor, which would be amazing. I would recommend using a dagger for the backstab. You can have a sword as a backup if you want, but I recommend a dagger. And for stats, you need like you want to have like 75% magicka or 25% health. If you're a little bit worried, he says to go to 50% magicka and 50% health. So yeah, that's kind of the build. You're kind of a sneaky mage who uses runes to dispatch his enemies, and you use frenzy to make people attack each other, ash rune to paralyze people, and your damage rune, which is either fire, frost, or lightning. Give a huge shout out to Never Ogre for this build, because he kind of went all out, had everything that I needed to know about this build, and it was just amazing. So yeah, make sure to give him some props. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and here is 2 passive builds that we've done last week and the week before. So make sure to check those out. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and this is Clayton, signing out.